Welcome back to SA Wine Weekly. I'm your host, Nathan Goad, and after a week off, I'm really refreshed. Jerry's all refreshed from being too many mistakes this week, and we're on the road. We're in Norwood, and we are with Adam. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for coming on the show. And what a fantastic setup we've got here.
No problem. Yes, thank you.
Lambrook Wines, Adam Lampit. Now, I think we're pretty lucky to have you on the show, and what an amazing warehouse in the middle of Norwood, showcasing the best of Adelaide Hills wines.
Yeah, we're very, very lucky to find a unique little spot in Norwood, close to the city, so for functions and events and things like that. So very lucky. So it started off as just a warehouse to store some wine, and lucky enough to find a container, and one thing led to another, and we've got ourselves a little function space.
Oh, it looks magnificent. And the branding looks very Versace, very top of the range. I reckon you've done an excellent job. And tell me a little bit about on the bottles. On the bottles, is all Adelaide Hills focused?
Yeah, so all Adelaide Hills focused. So not having a home as such, we do buy from growers out in the hills. So what we needed to do is we needed to interact with the hills and have our own story and things like that. So our designers have basically come up with a native plants and seeds across the range.
Okay.
So the theory behind our brand with the Lambrook Wines is that our entry-level wines are seeds or seed pods. Then our mid-tier wines, our Pinot and our Chardonnay, they're actually plants, and then our reserve wines, which are named after our two daughters, they're flowers. So the theory behind the brand is a seed grows a plant, grows a flower, $20 to $50 recommended retail.
Right,
so
20 to 50.
20 to 50.
Bargain, absolute
Exactly.
bargain. So we've got the range here. Well, not all of the range, most of it.
Yep.
Tell me now. We were going to do a Shiraz, but I've talked you into doing a Pinot.
Yes, because you love Pinot, and you're the boss. So we
Yeah,
have to
well, I do love
what the
Pinot.
boss says.
So everybody always says I rave on too much at the start, and we need to get into the wine. So what are we going to go with for first?
Well, we're going to go with a sparkling Pinot.
Sparkling Pinot.
Sparkling Pinot. We're going to go with.
Wow.
So there's not.
Tell me a story about it while I open it.
There's not a lot of 100% sparkling Pinots on the market. A lot of them are Pinot Chardonnay or Pinot Meunier blends. So this one is 100% Pinot Noir from the Adelaide Hills. It is a vintage sparkling, and it's a real aperitif style sparkling. It's fresh, it's crisp, it's easy to drink. It's really designed for people to come home from work and you want a glass of wine, you want to relax. It's not overly complex or complicated. It's just a real great aperitif sparkling wine. So
Right, I'm getting told off already because I didn't put it up here. Okay.
Put him up there for
Yeah,
everyone
we'll
to
put
see.
it up here for everyone to have a see. I'll have a bit of a look at it. Now, it's almost pink.
It is. So that's the first thing you'll notice is the wine is pink. So Pinot being a red variety,
Yeah.
red skins. When we hand pick the fruit, we turn it into fridge for 24 hours to 36 hours. So we do that to really crisp up the skin. So when we press it, we just get the pure juice. We're not breaking down the skins. And because we're not breaking down the skins, we don't get a lot of colour.
Yeah.
So what's in the glass is 100% being pressed. We don't add colour back, and we don't take colour away. So that's Mother Nature at its best, basically. So we're just getting a little bit of colour as the juice goes past the skins.
Single vineyard or collecting
No,
the
so-
best of the Pinot in the hills?
So there's 4 vineyards for this one. This is our biggest selling wine that we've got. So basically we buy from 18 different growers. So every wine's from a single estate, and there's a couple of our products that have got bigger now. So we've had to go to other vineyards. So all Adelaide Hills, 4 different sites. Really nice, easy drinking wine.
Oh, easy drinking is the word. And the taste of it, I can just taste berries straight away. And it's really refreshing.
Yep.
I could imagine this on a really, really hot day.
Yep.
Would be absolutely superb. So tell me about, what do we usually pair with a wine like this?
Well, anything really. I don't think you can go wrong with. A lot of people, go into high detail about what you should and shouldn't do. I don't believe there is a wrong pair, to be honest. This wine, it's got that beautiful acidity. It's picked nice and early for sparkling base, so it's got really nice acidity. So anything creamy will, counteract the acidity. A lot of really great Asian foods will work in there. You've got that oily component, you've got the sweet component. Tonight we've got salmon, so we've got Atlantic salmon,
Awesome.
we've got dill, and we've got cream cheese. So what you'll find will happen as
All right,
you
hang
get
on,
into...
hang on. While you're explaining to the punters, I'm going to have a bite,
All right.
so then we'll swap over. So before that, we are live and interactive, so if you do have any questions, fire them away. You get a chance to win this amazing wine. If you don't ask any questions, I'll just take it home with me anyway. But fire away now, and I'm going to tell us a bit what should be happening in my mouth while I have a go.
So your first thing you notice, you get into that salmon, so you're getting that beautiful seafood, that saltiness, and then you're getting that cream cheese. Then when you try the wine, because it's got that beautiful fresh acidity through it, it'll just really cut through that cream cheese, and it'll change the complexity of the wine and make it feel a little bit bigger and broader in the mouth. So the acid will really go with that cream cheese. So it really, it's Cheech and Chong really when the two go together.
That was perfect. And great pairing too. So we actually just did a sparkling. We were going to say Shiraz show, but we got corrected by Beach Red Wines because they don't do a sparkling Shiraz. Theirs is a blend. So it was a sparkling red show, and this would have been this would have fitted in perfectly. Totally different to any of the other. Like when we think the layman thinks sparkling red. You're thinking, well, once upon a time, poor quality Shiraz made into sparkling, but as we found out, there's some amazing sparkling reds out there, and this is just totally different again.
Yeah, sometimes people do get a little bit confused, with the Pinot element of it, saying that they think it might be like a lighter style red that actually is sparkling, but like I say, it's one of the traditional 3 champagne clones of varieties. So
it is to die for, and the ladies would love it.
It is a big seller with the ladies, but it is a lot of men love it. It's not seen to be hugely, masculine to go to the bar and ask for 2 glasses of pink sparkling.
Yeah.
But the amount of times that people come over to our house or we have functions and events here, you see the men, they'll be drinking it. It's a real aperitif style sparkling. We're not going for that yeasty complexity or anything like that. We want it to be fresh, crisp, easy drinking. Massive wine for the market for weddings. Right,
tell me about this too. Jerry, let's get a little picture of this. This is the little guy.
This is the little guys. So the little guys are great. Obviously, in my book, it doesn't matter how good a stopper you got. The second day after you open a bottle of sparkling, it's never the same.
Yeah.
So these are pretty well designed for the household of mum and dad. Dad's a beer drinker, might have a glass of red wine.
Yeah.
Mum, she loves the sparkling. But if she cracks open the big bottle, it might be too much for her to drink in the whole night. So these are a real convenience one. A lot of sporting clubs use them as well.
Okay, a great idea. Great.
Yeah.
And I bet they flew out the door during COVID.
They were our biggest seller because people obviously couldn't grab a bottle of wine and go to someone's house, but they still wanted to stay home and drink. So it's pretty well sales doubled, if not tripled, for online sales.
And they come in a little 3-pack?
Little 3-pack, designed for a handbag or designed to be carried
designed
around.
for a handbag, just in case you feel like drinking later. Or
it just slips on the side, so that's fine.
That's a great idea. So, guys, questions, fire them away. You can win a big bottle of it. We're not going to give you... Actually, we might give them the little bottle, Jerry, and we'll keep the big bottle. That sounds like a great idea. But if you are, you're out there, fire a question away, and you've got the chance to win this amazing wine. So, great start, mate. Absolutely great start. So, one thing we might have got in a little bit of trouble about is we're not wine experts. How do the bubbles get into here?
So it does secondary fermentation. So we make the wine the same as you make a white wine. So we pick it and we ferment it and we do all those great things. So we convert sugar to alcohol, and then it goes into a high pressure tank. So it's about a 10 to 12 millimeter thick tank. And then we do what we call the secondary fermentation. So there's still sugar in the wine, natural sugar, and then we put yeast in there. So when alcohol is fermented, it gives off CO2. Yep. And what we're doing is we're capturing that CO2, and then that creates the actual bubble. So it is quite natural compared to say, carbonating, which is like a can of Coke. You know, you squirt that in there. So this is actually fermented on itself. So this is a Charmat style. So it's fermented in a tank.
Yep.
And like I said before, the reason is that because we're looking for fresh, crisp, easy drinking type of sparkling wine in that regard.
You've outdone yourself. It is a very easy drinking, very flavoursome at the same time.
Strawberries and cherries, just big strawberries and cherries.
Straight away I said it's just berries.
Yep.
And the smell of it's great too. It smells actually sweeter than it tastes.
Yeah, it actually, sugar-wise, it actually is quite dry for a sparkling. So you get, like you're saying, you get beautiful sweetness. So if you get beautiful fruit sweetness and natural sweetness, it doesn't have to have a lot of sugar in the wine. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So
makes you slimmer.
I wonder who's slimmer.
Yeah. Slimmer.
Right. Well, I thought the black T-shirt was
I'll
on
get
a
you
pretty good job.
I'll get you a case.
Yeah, get me a case. I'll order a case straight away. Slimmer. That's my favourite word. So the winner of the first bottle that we've been giving away, Paul. G'day, Paul. Are they available in Oh, that's a great question.
It is. Great question.
Well, there's a question I was going to ask a bit later, Paul, but thanks very much. Fire away.
Yep, so we're available in all South Australian independent retail. So we've got Sip and Save, Facina, Booze Brothers, Thirsty Camel, and Celebrations and independent bottle stores. So should be a bottle store on every corner. You should be able to cover it
I
off.
reckon Paul will be pretty happy with what he's got. He's drinking a beer in his profile picture.
Yeah,
He might have to change that
Yeah.
to a Lambrook sparkling Pinot, I think, in his next one. So, all right, great work. While I'm just getting ready for the next wine, so how did you get into the wine industry? I heard it was a bit of a, you're a mechanic originally?
So in 1999, I was a mechanic in our family business in Kingston in the southeast, and they built a new winery over at Stonehaven at Pathway, which was the original BRL Hardy's winery, and they were looking for some cellar hands. So I went over there to do night shift in 1999, and I've stayed in the industry since then.
Beautiful winery, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've actually been down there myself.
Yeah, beautiful big winery. It's changed hands a couple of times now, but and then from there I just kept working in different wineries, always in medium to smaller size wineries. So I was a winemaker myself, so I learnt on the job a lot through there. So
excellent. So name drop a few of them. Where did you work?
Well, so I worked at Norfolk Rise down in the southeast.
Okay.
Yeah, so I worked.
So
down
you're
there.
originally from Kingston?
Originally from Kingston, so Norfolk Rise is at Mount Benson, just 20 k's out. And then my wife and I moved to Adelaide, and then I worked for Bird and Hand Winery in the Adelaide Hills for about 5 or 6 years there. And then we got the feel of the hills and got to know the good vineyards and some growers, and we built our business from there. So just
excellent.
worked overseas for a vintage like everyone
so
does.
we've got a question.
Oh.
And we should really shout out to Sal as well, because she's the reason we're here.
Yep.
She's the one who nominated us to give you a call and book you in. So
nice one.
yeah, g'day Sal. Say g'day to Nick for us as well. When are you guys making a sparkling Shiraz? Please.
Unfortunately, sparkling Shiraz it's a difficult wine to make.
We heard that. People don't think it, but
it's quite difficult. Also the problem with the sparkling Shiraz is that they're not a big seller.
Yeah, true. It's got a bad name. It's actually an amazing wine. Yeah.
I really like them. Christmas time, you'd sell a lot, and out of that, we've been asked many a times, and we've been asked to make the Piccolos, the little fellas, in there because they aren't a huge seller, so they'll work quite well in the pubs because they don't want to open a big bottle and waste it.
That's not a bad idea.
But unfortunately, I have thought about it. I wanted to make one and then call it Dark Spark. So you'd have.
Oh, that's an excellent.
No, it turns out our marketers and my wife think that that's not the greatest thing.
Probably not right now.
No, it's
we've got another question. The question's starting to flow through. Manny Reynolds, what's the best climate to make sparkling?
Cool climate by far. Cool climate. In a cooler climate, the fruit stays on the vine for a longer period of time.
Because you pick it early.
Yeah, so it'll stay
you
on
want
there.
it to
so
stay
it
on there
doesn't.
longer.
Yeah, but the key to the cool climate, or what classifies stuff as cool climate, is the average temperature day and night. So, say for instance, if we have a 35-degree day in Adelaide, it's 35 degrees in the Barossa, it might go down to 25 or 28 overnight.
Yep.
The Adelaide Hills will come down to under 20. So what that does is it maintains the beautiful fresh acidity in the grapes. So
Okay.
then we get to capture that where Barossa gets riper, and that's the Barossa, that's the bigger flavours. That's why it's not as good to grow in the warmer climates, because you want that beautiful fresh acidity.
Wow. Michelle Vickery, great labelling. They look amazing, all lined up together. Oh, thanks, Michelle. That was my idea. They do look great, though, lined up together like that, don't they?
They do.
So, who did the labels and
Yeah, so
came up with the Versace look?
Yeah. So it's a local company.
Okay.
So it's called Parallax Design in the city.
Might as
so
well give them a shout out. Yeah, Parallax
so
Design in
Matt
the city.
Renfrey and Kelly there. So
Yep.
their specialty is wine labels.
Right.
So they do a lot of great wine labels, and they've done some really good stuff. And they actually came up with the whole concept of.
I see you're not claiming the idea was yours or anything.
I'm not the ideas man
Right.
when it comes to that technical type of thing. So, like I said, because we don't have a home, we needed to really dig into the Adelaide Hills and what it's all about. So that's how it comes from.
You bring up you don't have a home, but a lot of wineries don't have a home.
Yeah, that's
Some
right.
of the best wineries don't have
Yep.
a home. You know, they source the best possible grapes to make the best possible wine. So we're going to move on.
Yep.
Not that I want to, because
No.
I'm quite happy just drinking the sparkling Pinot. But what are we going to go next?
I reckon we should go Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
So-
Now, I'll just say that we actually did a show with Shingleback Wines,
Oh yeah, yep.
and the winemaker, Paul,
Yep.
an owner, he actually taught us a lot about Chardonnay, that it's actually a really difficult wine to make.
It is, and it's judged very heavily.
It's judged very heavily, and his problem was he makes an amazing Chardonnay, but the value of it... Oh, sorry, I'm going to get tied off again. I'm going to put this up here so the punters can see it.
Yep.
So while we're at it, tell me what we're looking at. Nice, clear, crisp look.
Yep. So to start with, it has got a beautiful yellow colour to the Chardonnay.
Yeah.
As this wine, so these wines are basically they're made so you can drink them now and you can really appreciate them, and they are just absolutely amazing food wines. So this colour starts off beautiful golden colour, and as it ages, it just gets golder and golder and golder as the wine develops more.
Does it age all right?
Yep, it does. It
Yeah,
ages.
obviously in a screw cap.
Yeah, in a screw cap, definitely. It ages them. We do. When we're talking before about Chardonnay and things like that, Chardonnay and Pinot, they're the oldest world wines going
Yeah.
around. So when you make Chardonnay and Pinot, people will judge them harder than everyone. Like people pick up a Sauvignon Blanc and go, "Great Sauvignon Blanc," but
Yep.
people will dig down. Wine people love to dig into Chardonnays and critique them, and it's the same with Pinot. So
Do you think that's just because they've been around forever, and well, you just think it's what people like to pick on?
are you talking about the wine or the people?
Well, a bit of both.
Well, I think that's half the problem.
Yep.
Both. So
Right, we need some
Yeah.
new younger judges, do we?
well,
Or
yeah,
critics.
we do. No.
Do you
we
think
shouldn't.
Chardonnay? Obviously, it was so popular when the Crows first came out because that's all they drank, and now they're not winning; they don't drink anything. But the smell of it is just
So it's 100% barrel fermented.
okay.
So we press the juice; it goes straight into the barrel. So not into a tank or anything. So it goes straight into a barrel. We use 100% French oak. So French oak is tighter grain, tighter tannin profile, slowest growing forest. So we use 30% new oak. So what you're getting on there is a big hit of vanilla oak to start with.
Yeah.
As that wine will open up and more of the fruit will come through. As you start to have food with it, it'll change as well. So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Chardonnay is such a great wine. You can drink it how it is now, and it'll stand up. It's a beast of a wine. It'll stand up to anything really you throw at it. You know?
Right. Oh, we got a question. I see Nath giving it a swirl there. Where do you stand on getting air into a Chardonnay?
Where do you stand? Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. If it's a barrel fermented Chardonnay, getting some air into it is a definite thing to do. It just helps open up the wine because they will be quite
So,
close.
what would you advise? What's the best way to get air into it?
Just give it a
Give it
swirl
a
on the
little
bench.
swirl?
Whenever there's no right or wrong. You can give it a swirl like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to give it a swirl and tip it, but that's a bit risky. You can
Yeah, I'm not real
slop
good
a
at
bit
it,
out of there. So
You don't want to waste it.
I'm more of a swirler on the table because if you're talking to someone and then you accidentally get a bit of tilt on there, or
Good idea.
you see lots of people, they get a bit confident, they swirl up here straight on the nice shirt.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
good,
a great
good,
look.
Good advice.
So
that is.
my thing is, whenever you're doing it, just on the table is fine, and go like that. You can't go wrong. It's easy to clean up.
We got another question. This one's for you, definitely. It's not for me, I don't think. Go for it.
David. So David's actually quite a good friend of mine. So
Oh, is he?
yes, so it is. It's 100% barrel fermented, and it's 30% new French oak, as we mentioned before. So nice and oaky. Yep, and all
That first
today.
taste, you can definitely the oak comes straight through. And obviously, your lovely wife, Brooke. Shout out to Brooke. Thanks for sharing and preparing such a great feast for us. And she's got a little platter here. What are we going to go for first with the...
Well, I would suggest perhaps like...
The cheese?
Well, or a combo. Just get this big sensation going on. So the cheese... So we obviously love the Adelaide Hills. So pretty well everything on that plate is from the Adelaide Hills. So you've got the Utter Delights cheese there that you've got there going into. The salami and the prosciutto is actually from Scara Fine Foods in Harndorf, so Adelaide Hills brand. Yeah. And these are the Bailey biscuits, so which are in Woodside, I think. So
Bailey biscuits.
Yeah.
We might have actually had them on the show before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, we did a show with the guys from Jones Pantry.
Oh, okay.
And we had Rusty Mutt Wines there.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And that was a great show. I'm going to pass this across to you.
No problem.
Jerry's got it focused on. We'll just let the people see it first. Right.
Thanks, Brooke.
Yeah, thanks, Brooke. Excellent. So, tell me a little bit more about how people can get your wines.
Yeah, yep.
Why I eat. That was my excuse to have something to eat.
No worries. So as we were saying before, so available in all independent bottle stores or chains through South Australia. So we really, from start to finish, we've focused on buying from our fruit and our labels and the design and everything supporting South Australian brands. So pretty well everything we do when we can. There's obviously, large companies make the glass and things like that, but our designers, our label company is all South Australian brands. So what we thought we'd focus on is using South Australian companies to sell our wine. So
excellent.
Booze Brothers, Facina Group, they're all South Australian family-owned businesses. And what we love to do is we love to walk into the shop and, the owner will say, oh, hi, Adam, we're dropping off some wine. We're just building that relationship and trying to know our customers. So, so we basically all of those type of chains. And also, obviously, online. And from time to time at the warehouse, we do pop-up events, and we're going to start doing like a Thursday night tasting where I'll stand up the same as what we're doing now. We'll fill up, 10 people or 50 people, and we'll do a tasting in the room, and people can ask questions. Exactly what we're doing. It's it's nice and safe for people.
So
who've got plenty
interactive.
Of space. So
we can be COVID friendly.
Yeah, COVID friendly.
Space all out.
There's plenty of space here. So we'll just start doing that. We're finding people do want to get out of the house. They want to go to somewhere safe. We're not going to pack 200 people in here. No. Make it safe. Grab a couple of bottles of wine. You get to tell the story of the wine and ask questions and exactly what we're doing.
Do you know what a really good question would be?
What's that?
What flavour change should I be seeing after eating that beautiful cheese with this Chardonnay?
Yeah, so with the Chardonnay, it's similar to the sparkling wine. So Chardonnay's changed a lot in time. Like they used to be bigger, broader wines. Now we're picking them earlier, so we're really capturing that acidity. Yep. So you get that real white peach, lemon lime zest to there. So again, that cheese, the fattiness coming out of the prosciutto or the salami.
The salami was delicious.
So that'll help cut through the two. So that acidity will cut through, and again, it makes the wine broader, and it gives it more mouthfeel to the wine as well.
Yeah, what was this? Quince paste?
Yeah, so
that gave it a really nice sweet taste to it after I had the wine with it. It was beautiful.
That's homemade.
Homemade.
From one of our friends.
So. Oh, I thought that you were going to claim that Brooke made it.
No. She didn't have enough time.
Fair enough. But it was delicious. So that was you better have a little bit while I'm chatting away. Anyway, I'm going to just remind the punters that. We are live and interactive, and if you're a Crow supporter and you want to win a bottle of Chardonnay, then fire a question away. If you're not a Crow supporter or you don't follow footy anymore and you used to be a Crow supporter, still fire a question away.
There'll be a few of them, I think.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of them at the moment. And talking about this amazing warehouse, so Jerry, can we spin the camera around, give us a shot at this amazing mural that's on the wall? Look at that. And... So we had a street. I asked Adam before about and who obviously did the mural, and it was street artist from.
So it's one of.
Well, he's from here, but he works over in Vico a lot.
Yeah, so a lot of, with the street art over there is a major thing. There is a lot in Adelaide as well, but he's one of the leading designers. His name's Jack. I think his name's Jack Fran.
Yeah.
And he lives in South Australia and does a lot of his work in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And Brooke put a post on Facebook saying, because we don't know anything about it, you don't know what you're going to get.
No.
Who would be interested, and he put his hand up. He wanted to be in South Australia and do some work and have it posted up. So, he came in and did it over probably about 7 days.
Yeah.
And the comments we get from it is unreal. Every time we have a function here, that's where everyone stands. That's the selfie wall. Everyone stands there, takes a selfie. It's the backdrop with all the beautiful colours. So,
what an amazing job he did.
Yeah,
it just
absolutely
lights
amazing.
the whole place up, doesn't it?
It'd be pretty boring without it.
So talking about it too, the space is awesome. You've got that much space. So being COVID friendly as well, you can have up to
100 people at the moment. So 200 square metres of space, 1 to 2 rule, 100 people currently sitting on a seat.
Yeah,
is the rule. So
you've got to sit on a seat to drink alcohol, of course. Yeah.
Yep.
And so you got a lot of people starting to book in, some birthdays, some
Christmas shows
functions.
are coming up.
Yeah.
We're just about to do a launch. We're working with a couple of independent parties to launch some wedding venues here.
That's great.
So
idea.
we've got a clip coming up in the next couple of weeks. So working with people that have supported us. So we're not food people, as in, Brooke done quite a good job here, but I don't think she could do this for 100 people.
No.
So
I beg to differ.
we don't. We don't want to do the food side of things. So we just say we want to do the wine. We'll provide the venue. We'll help you go in the right direction for food. We've got 3 or 4 clients
give them a push in the right direction.
Yeah, and people that have supported us over the last 10 years as well. So that's
excellent. I love this idea, and it's like your whole ethos is support people who've helped us and support local, support South Australia, and that's what we're all about as well. And and it has to become more prevalent at the moment because you can't go anywhere else.
Well, it is. It is exactly right. So
there's a little bit of a COVID win, I reckon, is more South Australian people working together for the benefit of each other.
Yep, I totally agree, and I think lots of South Australian people have gone, oh wow, I didn't realise we had that, as in the Fleurieu and the Eyre Peninsula and the Flinders Ranges. Apparently, like the Flinders Ranges is like Rundle Street up there, and no one's been up there, so people are flocking around there. So
we've the Chardonnay. Throw a comment away. Well, don't throw it away. Throw it toward us, and you might have the opportunity to win one of these awesome bottles. To be honest, I would say I've never been a Chardonnay fan, but I was never a sparkling red fan before either. But this is really easy to drink, and with the right food, the flavour's really coming out in that. And the Adelaide Hills, we're going to put this back so we can give Brooke a little bit more credit for the great work she's done with all local produce. Or Adelaide Hills, obviously. So I think that more people will probably start drinking Chardonnay. And like you said, it's flavours changing a little bit as well.
Yep. So, and the great thing with Chardonnay too is that wine will age for another 5 to 7 years easy.
Yeah.
So some people wouldn't like to drink that like true Chardonnay drinkers. They would buy that and then they would put that down for 2 or 3 years before they touch it. They want it to yellow up a little bit more, the malo characteristic, so it becomes more buttery and a bit bigger wine in time as it develops. And some people love that, and that's what the Chardonnay was like in the 90s when everyone was really excited about Chardonnay.
Yeah.
And then it come back down. So, making a wine that you can drink now, you can appreciate it, or your true Chardonnay lovers will put it down and they can make the wine themselves really and choose when they want to drink it.
Right. So we always say on this show, buy 2 bottles or buy a case. Put 6 in the cellar and 6 in the fridge. Yeah, it's always the best way to do it, isn't it?
Yep.
I think it might have been one of the winemakers that came up with that, but we've been using it every week since. It's great. So this was an absolutely spectacular Chardonnay, and the Hills is well known for its white grapes, isn't it?
Yeah. So
very well known.
Yeah, definitely. So the Adelaide Hills, Margaret River, and Tasmania are really punching out some really, really good Chardonnay. If you have a look at the trophy world and the royal shows and things like that, Adelaide Hills is winning more and more trophies for the Chardonnay and really putting Chardonnay on the map for the Adelaide Hills.
Awesome.
It's a fantastic wine.
So let's see who the winner is. sour one. Adam, what's your favourite wine blend and why? Good question. Great question.
Great question. My favourite new blend.
Oh, new blend.
New
Okay.
blend. There's not a heap of them out there. We do happen to have one.
Well, of course.
Is Pinot Shiraz.
Pinot Shiraz.
Pinot Shiraz blend. There's probably a dozen or so. So you're taking that beautiful strawberries and cherries and that confectionery type of note from the Pinot and just giving it a little bit more body, a little bit more structure, and a little bit more tannin profile. So generally there are anything from 25% Shiraz added back to into 50%. We've released one for a cellar door only. Brooke and I love it. It's a
For a
really
cellar
good
door
wine.
only, yeah.
Yeah, cellar door only. Come in here. A couple of bottle shops have got it. But yeah, Shiraz Pinot. Yeah, Pinot Shiraz. Sorry.
Pinot Shiraz. And I was listening, but what was the percentage?
It is 75% Pinot, 25% Shiraz.
Right. I've never heard of it.
No.
No, so that's an
After the
excellent
show,
idea.
we'll have one.
After the show.
After the show.
Excellent. So well done, Sal. Great question. And once again, thanks heaps for putting us onto Lambrook Wines because we're having an absolute ball in quite picturesque setting as well.
In the centre of Norwood.
In the centre of Norwood, drinking amazing Adelaide Hills wines. Oh, Sal said it sounds delicious as well. She's trying to come and get some more wines. Chuck us up what was next with our food pairing for our next wine that was supposed to be Shiraz, but someone made an executive decision to change it.
Yeah. So we did. So we were going to do the Shiraz, and then you came in and said that your favourite wine is Pinot.
Yeah.
You love Pinot. This
And-
about Pinot, that about Pinot.
Well, I
And
love
I
it.
felt obligated to go, okay, do you want me to try?
Well,
Shall we
so-
change it to Pinot? And what did you say? You didn't even hesitate.
No.
I said, I'm not sure if we can change the script here. And
No,
we can do that.
we can do whatever we
I can do
like,
that
yeah.
easy. So we've changed that. So we've gone with the Pinot.
I'm a little bit excited, to be honest. This is the first Pinot we've had on the show.
Oh, is it?
I've been hinting and hinting. And,
Oh, no, well,
Well, you're the first Hills winery we've had on the show.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well,
we've had-
you did drop enough hints. to
Yeah,
be
I did
honest.
drop a fair few
yeah.
hints,
I
didn't I?
love Pinot. Pinot's my favourite. Have you got a Pinot?
Yeah, have you got a Pinot? You're the only person I've ever met that's got, how many, 4 Pinots?
Yeah, Pinot Rosé, Pinot Sparkling, Pinot Shiraz, and
Yeah.
Pinot.
Is there a 4-pack you can buy of all of them?
There probably would be on the
Well,
website. You
I
can
reckon
mix
they
and
should.
match. You can do everything on there.
Or if there's not, well, you better make one because
I've
I've
got
got to buy a couple of lots actually because my brother and I have been paid out by people in the wine industry in McLaren Vale for a long time because our favourite wine's Pinot.
Yeah, and you live in McLaren.
Well, we live in near McLaren Vale, and it's you drink back in the day you drank Shiraz or you didn't know what you were talking about.
Exactly.
So there's some brilliant Pinots out there.
There is. Yep. Adelaide Hills, Yarra Valley, great
Tasmanian?
Pinots. Tasmanian Pinots, fantastic.
So it looks
So nice.
it's a little bit darker than
Yeah, it's got that real dark cherry red to it.
yeah, it's very cherry.
Yeah, so which is good because sometimes you don't get that real Pinot colour to the wine. They can be a bit lighter.
Yeah. What's the trick to it?
The vintage, to be honest.
Okay.
So
So
2017 was
Yeah.
really good year, flavour wise and everything. But the skins were really quite thin skins.
Right.
So the skins where the colour comes from.
Yeah.
So they were thin skins. So we tried and we tried and we tried and we just didn't get as much colour as we liked. The wine had the same body, the same taste, the same aroma and everything like that. It just the skins
Didn't
were
have the
thinner.
look.
Yeah, it didn't have the look.
Right.
So yeah, it's just a vintage one. But 2019 was a great year
Yeah.
for Pinot. Wasn't necessarily a big cropping year, so the skins had plenty of flavour and they were a lot thicker, so we were able to to get a lot of
It's
colour
a
out of it.
magnificent. Now, the reason I like Pinot is just so easy to drink.
It is.
It's so easy to
is.
drink, and it's especially for people that, might not have a wine palate yet, might be just first getting into wine.
Yep.
Might be a great place to start.
Yep.
And with a quality Pinot, and what does this retail for?
This retails for 35.
That's an absolute steal.
Yep. So it retails for 35. Pinot, as we were talking before, it's a world wine. People love to knock you. People love to praise you about Pinot. So
Yeah.
this Pinot comes from Lenswood and Piccadilly.
Okay.
So Lenswood and Piccadilly in the Adelaide Hills are the two coldest places.
Yeah, I was
coldest
about to
and
say that. The
coldest,
climate's probably got something
coldest
to do
and
with it.
highest. So keep the fruit out on the vine. as long as you possibly can. The way I see it is that the longer it stays out there, the more flavour you'll get. So it develops out of the vine. So these cold sites, even when we're picking it, they're freezing cold. So it's all hand-picked as well. Back to the winery, little fermenters, 1.5 ton fermenters, small batch, straight into barrels. And what we're trying to do is create every barrel will tell a little story. One barrel might be a big strawberry cherry. One will be a bit yeasty and a bit funky. We'll do one that's a wild ferment, and that'll add something to it. So we'll have 20 barrels, and 20 of those barrels will be ever so slightly different. You put them together, and it's magic.
This
comes
amazing
together.
product.
Yeah.
So Paul's chucked up another question. I reckon he might be a Pinot lover as well.
Yeah.
How long can you cellar a Pinot?
Well, you can cellar a Pinot for really as long as you want. They've got beautiful structure. Adelaide Hills ones, I would say 5 to 7.
Yeah.
But depending, as some Pinot drinkers, similar to the Chardonnay and Pinot drinkers go hand in hand. In my book, they like to leave them, for a long time. Up to 15 years, so the wine really develops. It gets leathery, it gets spicy, and things like that. So,
I actually
easy 5 to 7
had
years.
a mate last night. Luke, how you going? He's already thrown up a comment. He sent me a picture of a 2004 Pinot that he opened.
Yeah, nice.
And he said he thought he'd forgotten about it. The label was all ripped and everything like that. And he said it drank absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, nice.
He was surprised. I was surprised
okay.
it lasted that long in his house, but that's probably another story. But so it is a good cellaring wine.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, it's been in oak, so you get that really long tannin profile.
Yeah,
for
I
the
can
wine.
really smell.
So that's
oak.
what holds the wine together in time. That that real long tannin. So you want, again, similar to Chardonnay, when you're making them, you want to make them so they're bright and they're nice and clean, and they've got that oak profile. But you don't want it too coarse that you do have to leave them down for 5 years.
Yeah.
A lot of people knock off work and go, I want a bottle of Pinot, and they go to the bottle shop. They'll pick it up and they'll drink it that night. That's how a lot of people buy and drink wine.
Yeah.
And then, say the other 50% will buy a dozen, and as you're saying, might drink one every 3 months, and then they choose when it gets to its optimum drinking,
Yeah.
and then they will then go, all right, we need to drink the rest of them. So 2 different styles of drinkers,
Yeah.
and we try our best to make all our wines so they're approachable now, or if you're a 5-year, 7-year Pinot drinker,
Yeah.
this wine will be fine and it'll stand up to it.
Or if you want to put it away for 16 years like Luke did, then go your hardest.
Exactly.
You'd have to
It'll still
buy
be there.
you'd have to buy a case, though, wouldn't you?
Well, you got to keep checking it.
Yeah, you gotta
because
keep-
you don't want to
make
let
sure-
it go down on the downhill, and then you
No.
go, "Oh, great! I've got 6 bottles that I don't like."
True, that's a very good point. And we've got this pretty crazy looking pizza to
It
put in
is.
the wine. So
It is.
it's over here, and I'll pass you a piece.
So
across.
prosciutto and rocket.
prosciutto and rocket.
Yep. So I don't want to keep saying the same type of story, but basically, the wine has got beautiful, fresh
Right,
acidity.
can I ask a quick question? How long is this story?
Sorry.
So can I have a bite? Well,
Yeah, you go,
right,
you go,
okay.
you go, and I'll
you tell
keep
you tell us
talking.
this story.
So we're looking at that, that natural acidity to the wine, ever so slightly Mediterranean type of acidity that's going in there. You've got the fattiness of the prosciutto, you've got the tomato paste, you've got the dough, you've got everything happening there, you've got the cheese. The acidity really just will come into its own in there, and pizza and Pinot, you just can't argue with it. That's one of the greatest things. We have pizza and Pinot night at our place. We make our own pizzas most Friday night, and it's just easy. You can't go wrong. And like I said to you before, food matching with wine, I don't think you can. There's no wrong answer, really, besides from a paddle pop and a Pinot. That's not going to work. But
Oh, it depends
it's-
what flavour.
yeah,
Might be a chocolate one, might go all right.
it'll be all right.
Yeah,
but
be
yeah,
right.
you can't. There's no right or wrong answer, and to encourage people to try that and see if the wine changes with a certain type of food. And like you say, there's no failing.
No.
At the end of the day, they're 2 separate things. Yes, they can complement each other, but yeah, that's the way it tries to work for my book.
Oh, the bitterness of the rocket.
Yeah,
It
I was going
actually-
to say,
right.
you get the pepper of the rock, and you'll bring out the pepper and the spice of the
When
Pinot.
I first looked at it, I went, "Oh, that's a bit healthy. Way too much green for my liking." But it actually worked.
It's still
really,
pizza.
Yeah, it's still pizza. It actually worked really, really well. So yeah, that's a great. And what pub wouldn't want to do a bottle of Pinot and a pizza to share?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, that's a great
Exactly.
idea. Any publicans watching? Might be a publican from Woodner watching.
Yeah.
Tony, how you go, mate?
Am I allowed to have some? Are you all right for a minute? hold the fort?
Go for it. I'll talk about. I don't really want people to comment on this one because I want to take it home with me. But if you are out there and you're watching, we know you're out there and watching. Throw us a comment, ask a question. I reckon you've done really well at explaining the process of the wines and the difference in the different vintages. But if you do have any other great questions, fire them away. And if Adam's still eating, and I'll just make the answer up, and Adam can correct me after. So let's fire the question away. Obviously, it's not the Shiraz that we got pictured there because someone may just change the order.
Yeah.
But this is the bottle that you can win. Jerry, give us a quick look at that one. Look at that. Not real good. I always go the wrong way. There you go. That was oh, thanks, Jerry. I finally got it right. But yeah, fire a question away. We're interactive, and you can win a bottle of Pinot. So let's hope that there's some great questions out there, or Jerry could just fast forward real quickly, and then we wouldn't have to give it away to anyone. Oh, that's great. So social-wise, you obviously dropped the hint that Brooke's quite good at the socials because you're...
I'm not.
You're not. Someone's got to make the wine, someone's got to advertise it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So obviously we are on the internet, obviously.
I know the internet.
Yeah,
I've got
you know
that
the
one.
internet,
Yeah,
yeah.
we've
People
got a
can
website.
buy your wine from the website. And do you have like a wine club?
No, we don't have a wine club.
No, you don't.
No, so we don't. So what we basically do, we do on our website, we have my phone number, email, Brooke's phone number and email, and are very approachable. So we encourage people, if you go onto the website and you go, oh, I really want two of this, I can't do it, send us an email or give us a call. Brooke and I, we generally deliver the wine. As well, so we've got a little van parked out the front here. So
that was a great little looking van.
Yeah, so we do our own delivery. So we really pride ourselves on, give us a call, tell us what you want, we'll make it up, we'll tell you what the price is. Let us know what time you want it delivered, you want it put behind the pot plant, whatever you want to do.
That's pretty cool, a personal touch.
Yeah, and that's what we've started.
Awesome.
We started our business that way, and we never wanted to lose it. We've got bigger and bigger as we've gone along, but we've always tried to make sure that we've delivered that as well. So.
And add a personal touch.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, my email, my phone number, and Brooke's, Belle, who works for her details are on there. Give us a call, send us an email, and we'll come back to you.
So they could say, I want a case of, just mix these 4 Pinots.
Yep, do it.
3 of each.
Yep.
Drop us off a case.
We'll do that. It's easy.
All right.
It's easy. So
I'll grab 2 of those anyway. And then we got our brother-in-law, who actually used to have this as his warehouse or his business once upon a time, and his office across the road. He's my brother-in-law and Jerry's best mate. He loves rosé.
Rosé.
He's quite girly. He loves rosé. Not that rosé's girly.
No,
we
never,
shouldn't
never
say
has
that,
been.
should we? But he's watching, and he would love a rosé. So I'll be able to add some Relly Bashes, be able to pour in some icy cold ones on those.
Yeah.
That's great. And then we'll save the really nice ones for my brother and I.
Exactly.
So if you do want to win a bottle of this Pinot, then fire away. And the winner is Craig Cooper. Great wine, great people. Do yourself a favour and visit these guys. Oh, that's pretty nice, wasn't it?
No, nice.
He's an exceptional bloke too. He is one of the most genuine, nice guys you would ever meet.
Yeah, nice. You know him?
I do know him, yeah.
Yeah, no, me too. I went to school with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a different Craig Cooper, was it? Oh, right.
I definitely went to school with that Craig.
Right, okay. Well, he's not saying he's not a nice guy, but it wasn't the Craig Cooper I thought it was. But anyway, he's won himself a bottle of Pinot.
Perfect.
So he's a good mate of yours. He's probably got a few, hasn't he?
Yeah, I know.
One more won't hurt anybody, would it?
No.
So I'm so stoked to have a Pinot on the show.
No, I can see.
Let alone 4.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Okay, I reckon this is probably a question for you. This is Luke. This is the one I was telling you about. Had the 2004 Pinot.
Oh, okay.
What makes an Adelaide Hills Pinot different from other good Pinots?
Again, we go back to the climate. It's
all cool climate areas.
It's cool. Like we're saying, we want the fruit to stay on the vine to get as much flavour as possible. So it's the climate, it's the cooler nights. We're keeping that natural acidity. Again, so your great Pinot growing regions in Australia, Adelaide Hills, Yarra Valley, super cool nights, and Tasmania, super, super cool.
Yeah. Luke's question, Is there a difference between nice Tasmanian Pinot and an Adelaide Hills Pinot?
Yes and no. So there's a couple of styles of making a Pinot.
Yeah.
You can go for that real convectionary style. So that real sweet strawberry cherry, like musk lolly type of thing, or you can go for more the savoury style. You can make both styles from the same region, so it's really a winemaker's type of direction which he wants to go from. And a lot of people are doing a lot of whole bunch, so you're getting that really funky kind of characteristics, and then a lot of people do unfined and unfiltered in that regard. So it's really a winemaking. Whatever you can do in Tasmania, you can really do in the Yarra, and you can do in Adelaide. So it's quite a direction from the winemaking and that stuff. So.
Excellent. That's what I love about the show. We learn something new every week, and plenty. You've done an awesome job, by the way. Been a great guest. If you want to get your winery, or like Sally has a favourite winery that you want to nominate to come on the show, then get in contact with us at our Chief Video Marketing, or send a message to SA Wine Weekly on socials, and we will go and chase the winery up, and never know, we might pack up on the road and head down there.
Exactly.
So
it's that easy.
Yeah, it's not that easy, but it's well worth it. And what I love about this show is you just meet the best people.
You do.
And it's pretty good sitting around talking about wine, drinking, eating some beautiful food that your wife organised. Next week, we're at one of my favourite places, Beresford Wines. Been there before?
I have. I have actually.
Great cellar door, isn't it?
Great
cellar door.
Great outlook.
And we've got Terry, who's the assistant venue manager. She's bright, bubbly, beautiful personality. She's going to put on a great show.
Perfect.
They've got beers, they've got wines, they've got Renmark 23rd Distillery.
Oh, nice.
Sally will pick me up on it.
You may never leave.
Oh, well, I asked if when they said you can do all these separate tastings, I said, can you just do them all? I'll start with a veil, I'll work on the wine. I'll work on the wine, then we'll work our way up to they've got a really nice, they got a rose vodka.
Nice, yep.
Yeah, something different.
I've got a bottle of that. My wife drinks that. She likes that.
Okay, excellent. And then they've got a mix of a bourbon and a scotch.
Yeah, right.
And it's actually really good.
Nice.
So, I'm
looking forward to that.
Yeah, something different. So, thanks heaps for coming on the show.
No worries. Thank you for coming down. Thank you for your time.
Tracy Little's throwing up a question. She's not giving me any love, but she's saying well done to you. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks for watching. And everybody... Oh, hang on. We've got more questions. More questions. Okay.
More questions.
Fire them away. We usually have a bit of question time. Handsome man on the right. Is he talking about me or you?
Well, I'm not sure. How's that projected? Is it?
Yeah. Who's on the right, Jerry? Oh,
yeah.
Adam. Of course. I should have known that, shouldn't I? So, special offer for the people that are watching?
Yeah, so for everyone that is watching, we've got we're offering 20% off the Lambrook range, and also free delivery anywhere in Australia. So
anywhere in Australia?
Anywhere in Australia. Wow. Anywhere in Australia. So yeah, free delivery. If you go to our website, we can mix and match wines.
Yeah,
as you
like
said. There's a few different ones. If there's a certain mix and match that you want, like I said, Brooke's email, my email, Belle's email, our phone number's in there. Give us a call. More than happy to mix and match, introduce you to the brand, or if you want more details about wines we haven't spoke about tonight, how sweet it is, how dry is it, what style it is.
Yep.
Give us a call or
get
send
on
us
the phone
an email.
or flick me an email.
Yeah, we don't hide behind our brand. We're here to answer questions and
awesome.
To be interactive with people.
I love the personal aspect to it, which I think it's great too. If people can give you a call and they can mix and match whatever they want, that's absolutely awesome. So thanks very much for coming on. Recap? What wines did we have? Okay. Sorry, I didn't. We had Pinot. We weren't supposed to have Pinot, but...
No, we changed.
Enough hints got us.
So 2019 Pinot.
Excellent. And then we had... that's what we finished with. Well, we better go in the order, backwards order. We had the Chardonnay.
The 2018 Chardonnay.
Went superb.
Barrel fermented, all the trimmings.
Yeah, and a difficult wine to make.
Exactly.
And my first ever
2020
at a sparkling Pinot.
Sparkling Pinot Noir, pretty pink.
Oh, that was. I would have come here just for that.
Perfect.
And I like the idea of the little bottles. My wife will love that. I have to throw
Handbag.
some of them in
Perfect.
as well for my wife. Excellent. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Next week, live, 7 o'clock on the SA Wine Weekly page on Facebook at Beresford Wines. See you all there.
Thank you.